Good morning and welcome back again. I'm Miss Ali and this is Science Equals Fun. Are you ready to start? Let's go. Today we're going to talk about the Earth's systems. Scientists have divided or classified the Earth into 4 systems, or we can say 4 spheres. The first one is Geosphere. 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 Now start repeating after me. Geosphere. Okay. Geosphere, it is a system that includes all the layers of Earth. Okay, does Earth have layers? Of course. Like here, the crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. So the geosphere includes all the layers of the Earth, which are crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. Okay, the word geo mean earth. Geo mean earth. Okay, and the word sphere mean like a ball, Okay, so geosphere, geo mean earth, and geosphere include all the layers of earth, which are crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. And it also includes molten rocks. Of course, within these 4 layers of the earth, we can easily find molten rocks, minerals, soil, and landforms such as mountains and valleys. So all of this is included within the geosphere. So the first sphere we have is geosphere. Geosphere includes all the layers of Earth, such as crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. Shall we move to the next sphere? Let's go. Now, the next sphere is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere. Okay, hydrosphere, it is a system that includes all water on Earth or under it, under the Earth or above it. Okay, do we have a water? Okay, we know that we have water above the Earth, such as rivers, oceans, and etc. Do we have water under the Earth? Of course, the underground water. So all water just exists within the Earth, above, under. All of that is included in the hydrosphere. So we have geosphere and then we have hydrosphere. Hydrosphere include all the water above and under the Earth. The word hydro means water. The word hydro means water. Okay. The hydrosphere contains oceans, seas, rivers, groundwater, and glaciers or glaciers. Some native speakers call it glaciers and others call it glaciers. The way you think it's easier for you to get, so just say it. Glaciers, anything. So hydrosphere include all of these. Okay, any water body is included within the hydrosphere. And then we have glaciers. Let's talk a little about glacier. We know about the ocean, the sea, river, groundwater, but what is meant by a glacier or a glacier? What's this? A glacier, it is a large sheet of ice or a snow that moves slowly over the surface of a hydrosphere. Over the surface. Okay, so we have a dot here. Over the surface. What is meant a large sheet of ice or snow moves slowly about the surface? We know that the snow, the rain in Arctic regions, the snow is in the rain in the form of snow. Okay, this snow falls to a place, and this place is called, after that is called a glacier. So a glacier is a place where the snow falls. The snow falls and it makes this shape, so we call it a glacier. Here, as you can see, this represents a glacier. Okay, what about the rest? Okay, the rest is cryosphere. So the glacier is a part of cryosphere. I will say this part again. Okay, here we have this photo or this image represents cryosphere. Cryosphere include all the frozen water on Earth, all the frozen water, the ice sheet, the ice bridge, sea ice, snow, ice cap, glacier, all of these is included within the cryosphere. So I will say again, we have the hydrosphere, okay? We have the hydrosphere, and the hydrosphere include all the water in Earth, okay? And a part of the hydrosphere, a part of it is cryosphere, okay? A cryosphere, and the cryosphere include all the snow, okay? So all the water, hydrosphere, while all the snow water, okay, or the frozen, to be specific, or the frozen water is cryosphere. And since the glacier is represented or formed from the snow, so we can say that the glacier is a part of cryosphere. So the glacier is a part of the cryosphere. So shall I repeat it again? A hydrosphere includes all the water on Earth, all the water, while a cryosphere only the frozen water. And since the glacier is formed from the snow, so we can say that the glacier is a part of cryosphere. I hope this part is clear enough. So this image represents a cryosphere, while this part is a glacier. So the glacier is a part of a cryosphere, and the cryosphere is a part of hydrosphere. And then we have the atmosphere. The atmosphere is the third sphere we have. So we have the first sphere was geosphere, include crust, mantle, inner and outer core. Okay, and then we have the hydrosphere, include all the water on Earth. And then we have atmosphere, the third layer. Okay, atmosphere, or I'm sorry, the third sphere. Okay, the atmosphere, it is a system that includes all gases that surround the Earth, all gases. While you are standing, you are surrounded by gases. All of these gases is included within the atmosphere. So the atmosphere includes all the air. Okay, or the gases to be more specific. Okay, this mixture, or we can say atmosphere is a system that include all gases, or we can say it is a system that is composed of mixture of gases, a mixture of gases. Okay, so atmosphere is a mixture of gases. Mixture of gases. Do we have, how many gases do we have? Do we have kinds of gas? Of course, we have nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas. All of these gases is included within the atmosphere. So atmosphere include all the gases, and we can say in another way, we can say it is a mixture of gases. The word atmos means vapor. Atmos means vapor. So the word geo mean earth. The word hydro mean water. The word atmos means vapor. Okay. Now the last system we have, which is biosphere. Biosphere. Okay. Biosphere, it is a system that includes all living organisms, all of them. Microorganism, plant, animal, humans. You may think, I know the human, I know the animal, I know the plant. What about the microorganism? What is meant by a microorganism? Okay, a microorganism, it's a tiny living organism, a tiny living organism. You can't observe with your own eyes. You can't observe with your own eyes, but you can see it under the microscope. This one is a microorganism. You can see it with your own eyes, but under the microscope, you can see it easily. So biosphere include all living organisms, plants, animals, humans, and microorganisms. And the word biosphere means life. The word the word bio means life. The word bio means life. So again, geo means earth. Hydro means water. Atmos means vapor, and bio means life. So we've talked about the four systems we have: atmosphere, geosphere, biosphere, and shall I repeat this again? And hydrosphere. So again, geosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. Okay, this image here represent the 4 systems we have. Atmosphere includes all gases. Geosphere includes the 4 layers of Earth: crust, mantle, inner and outer core. Biosphere includes plants, human, animal, and microorganisms. Hydrosphere includes all water on land. Okay, can these 4 systems interact with each other? Of course. Can the atmosphere interact with biosphere? Can the hydrosphere interact with biosphere? Can the biosphere interact with geosphere? Let's see. Let's start with the hydrosphere interact with geosphere. Hydrosphere include all water on land, on Earth, and beneath it. Geosphere is the Earth and its layer. Okay. How does water affect non-living? Okay, non-living, we mean here the geosphere, which is the layers of the earth, and water is the hydrosphere. Okay, we have 2 processes. The first one is weathering. Weathering, repeat after me. Weathering. Weathering means breaking down of rocks into small particles. Due to what? Rain, wind, temperature, and etc. As you can see here, we have this rock, and we have the rain that falls, and then of course the wind. It hits this rock, and then it breaks it down into small particles, as you can see here. So weathering, it is a breaking down of what? Breaking down of rocks into small particles, as you can see. So this process is called weathering. Okay, the breaking down of rock into small particles. And then we have erosion. What is meant by erosion? Erosion, it is a transportation of rocks from one place here into another place by the effect, of course, of wind and water. Okay, so again, weathering, it is a breaking down. Weathering, it is the breaking down of what? Of rock into small particles, as you can see. And then after weathering, we have erosion. Erosion, it is a transportation of rocks from one place to another, as you can see. So these 2 processes represent the interaction between geosphere and hydrosphere. But how? The rock here is a geosphere, and the water from the rain is hydrosphere. So this represents interaction between geosphere and hydrosphere. And the erosion, it's the transportation of rocks from one place to another by water. So this is interaction between hydrosphere and geosphere. Okay. And then we have formation of lakes. Okay, lakes. What has lakes has to do with the interaction between hydrosphere and geosphere? Okay. Hydrosphere is the rain, okay? And then we have this low part of the earth, okay? Maybe we can draw it in another way. Okay, we have this lower part. This is a geosphere, since it's a part of the earth, so we can say a geosphere. And then we have the rain. The rain is hydrosphere, and the rain falls to this part, and the water from rivers come and fills this area with water, and the lakes are formed. So the lakes, you need to know that we have the lakes is an area of the earth that is surrounded by land. Okay, so it's an area of the earth that is surrounded by land. Okay, as you can see here, it is surrounded by land. So formation of lakes, we have like this, a low part of the earth, and then the rain falls. So this part is geosphere, and the rain is hydrosphere. So this, for the formation of lakes, represent an interaction between hydrosphere and geosphere. So again, here geosphere, and the rain represent hydrosphere, and water from river, and this area is filled to form lakes. So we've talked about the interaction between hydrosphere and geosphere. Let's move to interaction between atmosphere. Atmosphere include all gases, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and biosphere. Biosphere, human, plants, animals, microorganisms. During the photosynthesis process, okay, who do the photosynthesis process? Of course, a plant. So the plant is biosphere. And the plant, during the photosynthesis process, the plant needs air, or to be specific, not air, it needs carbon dioxide. It needs carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide is atmosphere. So here, the plant is biosphere, and the carbon dioxide is atmosphere. And the plant, during the photosynthesis process, the plant needs the carbon dioxide. So this represents interaction between biosphere and atmosphere. So the interaction between atmosphere and the biosphere is represented like the relation, the photosynthesis process. Like the plant needs carbon dioxide during the photosynthesis process and give out and release oxygen. So the plant take carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So this represents the interaction between a plant and which is biosphere, and gases which are atmosphere. Now interaction between geosphere and biosphere. Geosphere represent all the layers of Earth, and the biosphere represent human, plants, animals, and etc. Okay. During the photosynthesis process as well, the plant need nutrients from the soil. We previously know that the plant take the nutrients from the soil through roots. Okay, so here the soil, soil is geosphere, and what else? The plant is biosphere. So this represents interaction between geosphere and biosphere through the photosynthesis process. The plant needs nutrients from soil and it get it through roots. And now let's talk about interaction between hydrosphere and the biosphere. Okay, hydrosphere include all water on Earth and beneath it. Biosphere, human, plants, and animals. All living organism in biosphere needs hydrosphere. All of us need water. Human, plants, animals, who doesn't? The human and animals drink water to survive. Plant needs water to grow. Okay, the plant needs water to grow, and we need water to survive, and the plant as well need water to survive. Some plants live in water, like what? Like water lily. Some animals live in water, like the fish. So we need water to drink. Plants need water to survive. Some plants live in water, like water lily. Some animals live in water, like the fish. So this represents the interaction between biosphere and the hydrosphere. Biosphere, human, plant, and animal. Hydrosphere, water. Now let's talk about some characteristics of biosphere. Okay. Biosphere, we said that it includes all living organisms, human, plants, and animal. Okay. Now we have a concept we are need to know, which is biome. A biome, it's a large region of the world, that has similar soil, climate, plants, animals. Okay, so look at this. We have here, as you can see, we have this area with green, this area in green, and this area in green. Okay, so these two areas are called biome. Biome, they are two regions. Okay, they have similar soil, animals, plant, so we call them a biome. So whenever you see two regions on the map, they have the same color, so this means that they are a biome. A biome, they are regions that have soil, plant, climate. They are similar in everything. So again, so here we have this one in yellow, this one in yellow, this one in yellow, and this one here, and this little one in yellow. So this means that they are a biome. They are regions that they have the same soil, they have the same plant, they have the same animals, and they have the same climate. Okay, so this means that they are a biome. Okay, so this one in yellow is a desert. Okay, which animal we can find in desert? Maybe in desert we can find a cactus plant. So this means here I can find the cactus plant, here I can find cactus plant, here I can find cactus plant, and as well here I can find cactus plant. Okay, what about the climate? The climate here in desert is very hot. Here is very hot. The climate here is very hot. Here is very hot. Animals, so animals that you can find here, you can find it in here and in here and in here. So this means a biome is represent many regions that have the same soil, plant, animal, and climate. Okay, shall we try another biome? Okay, here, the Arctic region, and here. So this means that this area have the same soil, they have the same plants, they have the same animal, and they have the same climate. It's very cold out there. Okay. So I hope the biome is clear enough. I hope that. Okay, we have examples of biome. Desert, forest, wetland, and when you look at the photo, you can easily observe why we call it a wetland. It's filled with water. As you can see, water here, water there, water everywhere. Okay, rainforest, grassland, grassland. So all of these are examples of biome. Okay, some characteristics of hydrosphere. The one we've talked previously was some characteristics of biosphere. Biosphere, plant, human, animal, and etc. A characteristic of hydrosphere, the water. Okay, the water, characteristic of water. The water is found everywhere in Earth. Everywhere on Earth. Okay, nearly three quarters of Earth is covered with water, as you can see. When you look at the planet Earth, you can easily say that the three-quarters of Earth is covered by water. And we can say it in another way. We can say that 70% of Earth is filled with water or covered with water. So again, three-quarters of Earth is covered by water, and or we can say that 70 of Earth is covered with water. We can say both. Okay. We have two types of water. You have to consider two types of water: salt water and fresh water. Salt water and fresh water. Salt water, it forms 97% of the water on Earth. So if we consider that this one is 100% of water, okay? We have 97. So 97 can be this one. All of this is salt water. So we can say that all this area is salt water. Okay? And so 97% of water on Earth is salt water. It is found the salt water is found in oceans, seas, gulfs, and some lakes. All of these are salt water. What about the fresh water? The water without any salt. The fresh water is about 3% of water. So this area is the fresh water. Can you see how the fresh water is much less than the salt water? So the fresh water is just a little amount. So the fresh water is represent 3% of water on Earth. Okay. It is found in rivers, rain, water, underground water, and most of lakes. All of this is fresh water. Fresh water. We have fresh water and salt water. Fresh water, the normal water we can drink. Salt water is water filled with salt, so we call it a salt water. Okay. Most of fresh water, which is 3% of water on Earth, is not found in liquid or raining water, but is found in form of frozen water and large bases known as glaciers. So we can the salt water exists normally, while the fresh water, most of it exists within a frozen water or a glaciers. Okay. So the thing I want you to learn, salt water represent 97%. Fresh water, only 3%. Okay? Okay, now let's talk about water bodies. We have several water bodies. You have to observe it, and you are innate to know it contains which kind of water. Does it contain a fresh water, a salt water, both? Let's learn. Oceans and sea. They are very large, as you can see. This is the sea. The sea is very large, and the ocean. The ocean here we have multiple, or we have 7. To be specific, we have 7 oceans, like Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. We have 7 oceans on Earth. Okay, so oceans and seas are very large water bodies. Oceans and the sea always contain salt water. Ocean and the sea always contain salt water. So again, ocean and sea contain salt water. Ocean and sea always contain salt water. Okay. What about the lakes? The lake it's a water body. Water body we previously we've talked about the lakes, I remember. Okay, the lake is a water body that is surrounded by land. As you can observe, it's surrounded by land. Okay, it is surrounded by land. Lakes can contain fresh water or salt water. It's often filled with fresh water, but sometimes it can contain salt water. So, ocean and sea, salt water. Lakes, maybe salt, maybe fresh. Often fresh, maybe sometimes salt. So again, ocean and the sea, always salt. Lakes, often fresh water and sometimes salt water. This for ocean and the sea and the lakes. So close your eyes, listen to my question, answer it quickly. Okay, ocean and the sea contain which kind of water, salt or fresh water? Think for a second. Bravo, salt water. Lakes contain salt water or fresh water? Often fresh, sometimes salt. And then we have the rivers. The rivers are very clearly. The river is a water body that allow flow of water from one area to another. An area with high altitude to an area with low altitude, as you can see. So the river is a water body that allows a flow of water from a higher altitude to a low altitude. It contains fresh water, and we drink from the river, so it contains fresh water. We are not drinking a salty water, right? So we drink fresh water from the river. So river is a water body at which the water flow from a high altitude into a low altitude. Now we have estuary. Estuary is a water body. As you can see here, this one is estuary. Estuary is a water body at which the fresh water from the river and the salt water from the sea meet. So, estuary, an estuary is a water body at which there is a water from the river and the water from the sea, the fresh water from the river and the salt water from the sea meet. So this means that the estuary contains mixture of salt water and fresh water. So again, the river contain fresh water. River contain fresh water. When you're about to forget about this, remember, do you drink a salt water? No, you don't. We drink fresh water, and the fresh water comes from the river. Okay, the estuary is a place or a water body where the water, fresh water from the river and the water from the sea meet. Now close your eyes, listen to my question. I will say the water body, and you tell me the kind of water, whether salt or fresh water. Okay? River, river, fresh water, bravo. Estuary, mixture of both, bravo. Sea and ocean, salt water. Okay, now let's move to runoff. Runoff is a water body. As you can see, all of them are water body. River, ocean, sea, estuary, all of them are water bodies. Runoff is a water body. Okay, it's formed from what? From the rain, as you can see, from the rain. It is formed from the rain. The rain falls and go to runoff. And from the melting of a snow. As you can see, this piece of a snow, when it melts, it will increase the runoff. So runoff is a water body that is formed from the rain, and the melting of snow, Okay. The last type, or the last water body you are need to know, which is underground water. Okay, the groundwater, it is the water that lies beneath or under. The word beneath means under the earth's surface, and it has this water has been leaked into the earth. So it has been leaked into the earth. Okay, and firm aquifer. So aquifer is this area. This area is called aquifer. Aquifer, it's the groundwater that is collected and from aquifer. Okay, the groundwater supplies wells and springs with water. The groundwater supplies wells, the well. If you don't know the wells that we can throw bubble something to get the water from. So this is the well. So underground, the groundwater can form spring and wells. The spring and wells. Groundwater can supplies springs and wells. Okay. Okay, the water can change. So we've talked about all water bodies. I may repeat them again. Ocean and sea, salt water, lakes, some often fresh and sometimes salt, rivers always fresh water, estuary a mixture of both fresh and salt water. Runoff is formed from water from rain and melting of snow. And the last one, which is groundwater. Okay, the water can change from one form to another. If you expose the water to heat, it can change into water vapor. If you expose it into heat, it can change into water vapor. Like the water from the sea, the sun emits heat. This heat affects the water and make it evaporate. And when the water evaporates, it changes into water vapor. So now repeat after me. Evaporates. The water from the sea evaporates. Why? Due to the heat from the sun, and it changes into this water, a water vapor. Okay, and the water as well can change from liquid state into a solid state by freezing in extreme cold weather, as you can see here. So the water can change from its liquid state into gaseous state by evaporation, or it can change from a liquid state into solid state by freezing in cold weather. But you have to observe that the total amount of water on Earth doesn't change. So the amount of water on Earth doesn't change. But the water can change from one form to another. It can change from solid to liquid, from liquid to gas, from gas to liquid again. But the total amount of water doesn't change. Okay, you have to learn about the uses of water. They are very easy, like bathing, preparing food, cleaning, manufacturing. Okay, we have to talk a little about manufacturing. Okay, some factories, as you have learned in primary 4, we already know that some factories need water. Actually, I didn't learn about that in primary 4. Okay, you are learning this with me. So, some factories need water to do some specific work in the factory, so they need water, okay? And not only for to form or to make water bottles. No, we need water in factories for many purposes. Okay, so we have bathing, preparing food, cleaning, manufacturing, traveling. Okay, the ship or the boat, does it fly in the air? No, it floats in water and it moves in water. So we need the water for traveling. And the recreation mean amusement or something, like aqua park. You know, the aqua park, we go there and play with water. So we need water for recreation. Okay, the water is a renewable resource, of course, due to is the water cycle. The water, uh, the water can be affected by the sun, and the heat from the sun makes this water evaporate, making water vapor, and then it may condense and fall again in the form of rain. So the water has a water cycle. The water has a water cycle, and this make it a renewable resource. So, uh, uh, during the water cycle in nature, water present in water bodies, and we've talked previously about water bodies like seas, rivers, oceans, lakes, and etc. on Earth. This water evaporates, mean it change into gas. It change into gas and goes into the air, forming what? Forming clouds, and go to the air, forming clouds. Okay? This, and then it can come back again to the earth in the form of rain. So shall I repeat it again? The heat from the sun affect the water, make it change into a water vapor, make it change into a water vapor. Okay, and then the water vapor will make a cloud, and then after a while the cloud will give us rain, and it will come back again to water bodies. Okay. Okay, and are plants considered as a renewable resource? Of course. The plant have their own cycle as well. The plant, the seed, we put the seed into the ground, and then the seed from a tree, and this tree give us seeds, and we plant it over and over, and then the cycle is repeated. So this means that the plant are considered as a renewable resource. We put the seed into the plant, and then it form a whole plant. The plant give us a seed, we plant it again over and over and over. Okay. And the plant is a component of biosphere, and we know that previously. A plant can be planted from seeds to grow, forming a new plant. Okay. Don't forget that plants need water to grow and survive. Okay, so plants are affected if the amount of water decreases as well, and we are affected. Okay, so all of us, all the biosphere, human, plant, animal, all of us are affected by the absence, the decreasing, or the pollution of the water. Okay, so we are affected by any change in water. So again, I will repeat this: hydrosphere interact with biosphere, where the living organisms such as plant in biosphere depend on hydrosphere to survive. So the living organism depend on water to survive. So this represents interaction between hydrosphere, water, and the biosphere, human, plant, and animal. Okay. Oh, so I think this all for today. If you have any inquiries, comment me below and tell me, and have a lovely day. Bye.